Who's next?
All right.
Who do you got next?
I don't know that we're going to be on the same page here. I kind of couldn't believe you put this one in here. I almost thought it was just to get my goat a little bit, but I want to talk about it because this is a Dynasty-centered podcast, and I think these two names get real interesting for Dynasty. But Keenan Allen or Calvin Ridley, both guys who obviously changed over the offseason. Keenan Allen valued at wide receiver 43, Calvin Ridley at wide receiver 44. You know that I'm anti-Calvin Ridley. I've been anti-Calvin Ridley for a while. He's also not Puka Nakua's, age or anything. It's not like he's so much younger where you just go, oh, Calvin Ridley, obviously, compared to old man Keenan Allen. Calvin Ridley's 29 already, gonna turn 30 well before December. So, I think it's much closer than people want to admit. And I think people write off Keenan Allen a little bit because of his age. And I don't know that. I guess they do because they're valued this close in the startup. But going back to the trade value, like if you set the exact same trade offer for Keenan Allen versus Calvin Ridley, I guarantee the person would accept the trade offer for Keenan Allen before they'd accept it for Calvin Ridley because he's younger. I want more for Calvin Ridley. So what do you think? Are we crazy for this? Am I crazy for this? What do you think?
No, I not at all. And I think personally, I would rather have Keenan Allen on my team. While maybe he won't have those big blow up games that'll win you a week anymore, he's still going to be a very consistent wide receiver. And I know he's only with the Bears right now for this next season. He's on the 1-year deal. So he could be moving on after the season. And who knows where he would land, and that could, change things drastically. But I am going to work under the assumption that the Bears will probably try to extend him for another year or two after this to try to keep those weapons around their young quarterback, especially a quarterback that's on a rookie contract. So they have the money to be able to spend. So give me Keenan Allen. He's been so undervalued for so many years. I think he's going to be a great underneath safety blanket for Caleb Williams for a rookie quarterback. Don't get me wrong. Calvin Ridley's got the strong arm. Will Levis there. So maybe they can make some magic happen down the field while DeAndre Hopkins plays the underneath role there in Tennessee. But I still think they're going to be more of a run-oriented offense than what the Bears are going to be. So I will take the volume with Keenan Allen over the potential boom games you're going to get from Calvin Ridley. And yeah, the reason I threw this on here was because they are very polarizing, but as you pointed out, they're much closer in age than you would expect. So that's why I found this super interesting.
Yeah, especially in the terms of age within the idea of a cliff that comes up for wide receivers. Keenan Allen hypothetically should have hit that cliff last year, and yet he only played, I just looked this up now, I still kind of can't believe it. He finished as wide receiver 8, and he only played 13 games last year. Keenan Allen didn't lose shit. He hasn't lost shit. I don't expect that he will take a massive step back because I do expect Caleb Williams just to sling it all season long. I think there'll be a much more pass-heavy team. With Calvin Ridley, chance for a little bit of a news update here. The Titans did sign Tyler Boyd, by the way, who's been kind of the last hangout free agency guy that I still can't believe, frankly, the Steelers didn't pick up. But they have him. So now we also have the idea who actually is the X receiver in this offense. I don't know. Is it actually going to be Calvin Ridley? Now they have Tyler Boyd. Should just be in the slot, I would suppose. Treylon Burks is still technically hanging around there.
I guess
really much of anything. I just don't. And Calvin Ridley's inconsistency is so frustrating. Even in Dynasty, I'm going to say, hopefully I get 2 more years out of Keenan Allen. If I can get 2 more years out of him, well worth it. And Calvin Ridley's go, frustrate somebody else in Dynasty.